was, you didn't even know if I was Peter. It could have been one of the other students, right? Okay? Whatever it was, you looked at me, he's got a scarf, he's got a jacket, he's got a tie, but it's not buttoned up there. What's that about? You might not have, but you were taking it in whether you realized it or not, you were. And the whole time I've been talking, you kind of think you know me now, but you don't, right? You only know I have a kid because I said that. I have a ring on my finger, okay? Do you know if I'm gay or straight? No, right? You know I have a ring on my finger, that's all you know, okay? So the point being, we're making assumptions constantly, right? As an audience, we know that. So you guys have a head up. Most people applying for jobs don't think about these things, but we do, right? We have attention to detail as theater artists. So you're going to make a one-page cheat sheet on you. You're going to wow them. You're not going to necessarily talk about every play you were in high school. Right? Some of you are just like, oh. Your acting resume, you might want to give in a company. But the school wants to know that you've done theater, wants to see that you've taught theater. If you haven't taught a lot and you've done student teaching, talk about what you've done in student teaching and where. Put your PS, whatever it is, on there. Student teacher with this teacher. Put that teacher and that principal as a resume, as a reference at the bottom. Because they're going to call and ask. Okay? Whatever student teaching assignment you get, make it work. Make it work. I don't care how bad the system is for the structure. Some of you would be thrown into really horrible environments, and I'm sorry. Okay? But manage up. What you want to do is, if you can't get out, if David and Joe can't get you out, and you try to salvage that experience as best you can so that your reputation is intact. That you are seen as a problem solver and a collaborator, even if that jerky teacher is trying to, push you to the side. I'm hoping that has not happened to any of you, but it might. It's unfortunate, okay? The idea being that you are a walking resume, you're a walking audition in this field. And the more, as we said, the more people kind of like, yes, the talented, but also the more that people kind of know that you can work together with people, and they like you, right? Walking in, I had someone walk in with a ripped up t-shirt and flip-flops. No joke, interviewed with me for a teaching artist position. She thought she was being really artsy. I thought she was being really artsy, and I didn't hire her. Okay? So coming in, you don't need to show what music you listen to, or how fly you are or hip you are in an interview. What you need to show is, hey, I'm really good with young people. I'm a really good teacher. I'm a theater artist. I'm engaging. You're liking me already, aren't you? Okay? And it's starting that kind of dynamic. Okay? And all of a sudden they start listening to you. And, oh, so you went to high school in Bergen County, really? Interesting. I did too. And all of a sudden there's a connection happening, right? We know the networking thing, huge. Huge. Okay? You want people to like you in this field. Okay? So that is the cover letter, and the resume is sparks. What do you do that might be a little unique? Kind of interesting. Put in your skills. Do you speak multi-languages? Have you done some coursework in ELL or special needs? Huge. Huge right now, special needs in the field. Okay? ELL, right? Second language. English is second language. If you speak Spanish, right? If you speak Arabic, if you speak another language, put it on there. Hebrew, French, whatever it is. Put it on there. Let's see. So you've got the cover letter, you've got the resume. Yes?
And did you say the cover letter should be no longer than one paragraph?
No, one page.
One page.
I would say 2 paragraphs. Less is more, guys. Okay? In fact, let's pass this around while I'm finishing up this thought. If you guys don't mind sharing this. I gave some tips for you guys as theater teachers from my experience as a teacher and as a director of education and now this position. But so you've got your cover letter. Tell me, what is the point of a cover letter? Somebody tell me, what's the point of a cover letter?
Spark your interest. Know why you're seeing yourself as
Yeah. And let them know that you know who they are.
Bingo.
Right.
Those 2 things.
What was the first one?
Here's who I am. Here's why I love your school. I happen to live in your community around the corner, and I see the kids in the playground, and I would just love like that. Okay? Or if you don't live in that school, I've heard about stuff that you did. Or you go online and you see that they have a visual arts teacher, but no other art form, right? And they're looking for a theater teacher. I think it's great they have a visual arts teacher. I would love to work with them on putting on productions, getting the art students to help create the sets, right, etc., and vice versa, multi-skill. So that idea of who they are and who you are. Okay, I'm giving you guys stuff right now that I don't know if it may not register this way, but it's a little bit of gold. I'm not charging you, but this is like a little gold stuff. This is stuff that unfortunately most people don't think about. It's really sad, right? Just like Broadway. The people who are working on Broadway are not the most talented necessarily. They're the ones who persevere, right? A lot of talented people on Broadway, a lot of people talented or not working in Broadway. Okay? How will you serve them? Not how will they serve you? What do you bring to the table? So you can talk about artistry, but you can talk also about arts integration, right? You can talk about helping build a faculty and working that way. Don't overpromise, but see what they want. And then I would reference something about enhancing the school learning culture. You don't have to use that exact phrase, but the point being, what is their mission? Look at the mission. If it's multicultural, right? If it's exploring student voice, whatever that is, a sentence referencing it. That's authentic. You know, don't just say like, I like your mission. But why? Okay? So that's it. You get in the door, you're face to face with the principal, and oftentimes an interview is an opportunity for them to ask questions of you, but also just to listen. Don't feel like, you know, I got to tell her everything about me all at once. It's a conversation, right? The most interesting theater for us to watch as audience is conversations, right? Even if it's among some kind of violent thing, but it's this intimacy that's happening in that moment. So just be yourself. Know that every interview you go to, you might not get a job, right? Like an audition, and that's okay. So you got to go in with the mindset of, I'm good, I'm smart enough, I'm good enough, and dark enough. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm good, I'm very good at what I do, I will be hired. I hope it's with you. If not, cool, see you later. Okay, and move on to the next interview. Subbing, we talked about subbing, is very important. Get your name on sub list. Teaching artistry work. How many of you have been a teaching artist? How many of you know what teaching artists are? Okay, cultural organizations all over New York City, right? MTC, Roundabout, Ta-da, all over the place. Staten Island. You can get work as a teaching artist. Are you allowed to do it now, other students?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, great. Do it now, dude. Do it over the summer. Become a teaching artist. Work at a summer camp. Work at a cultural partner. When you're working with a theater organization, you will then go into schools and you'll partner with the teacher and you'll get to know the principal and they're going to like you. And if you ever have a theater position open, right? One of your students got placed like that, I think, in the village. Lindsay what? Lindsay Krause. Lindsay Krause. PS3. And Lindsay and I were emailing forever. Peter, can you help me get in there? I'm like, no, but I can, you know, and I was talking to the principal. And the principal kept saying, I love her, but I don't know. And I said, if you love her, then don't interview anybody else. You know her, trust it. And she's there now, right? So that happens. It works. In your student teaching, make relationships. Get outside of your classroom, not during classroom time, but just walk down to the principal and, if you can, praise the teacher you're working with, if that's true, right? Do you guys have an after-school program? You're willing to volunteer there, okay? Showing that you are a team player and that what you care about is the kids, not a job, and that it's authentic, goes a long way, right? So let's look at this one page I want to give you guys, this little cheat sheet on tips for new theater teachers. I hope this kind of makes sense, and we're just going to do